Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. We're talking about clowning around today. Now, I'm not talking just about the regular old clowns of the past, but I do inquire, why don't sharks eat clowns? Because they taste funny. Now, knowing that they taste funny, it's something delicious to have as a daily diet. Laughter. Now, again, no clowns, nothing dirty. We're going to walk into the past. Pies in the face. A good slip and fall. A fabulous drunk. These things last. These things bring giggles and chortles and wonders of magical thinking in our heads. It doesn't hurt anybody, unless of course you're that guy. But I still do that. Now, note these guys. Here's how this worked in the past. In 1900, Mr. Pike got on stage, silently, walked up to a bar, approached a beautiful young woman, drinking a cup of tea. He was obviously what we would refer to as sexually harassing her. And as such, getting a piece of gigantic pie in the face, it was a first, made the whole place laugh. Yes, pie in the face has always been funny. It was funny then, it's funny now. It's funny when the glasses fall off, it's just funny. And how it works is, the more heinous or more beautiful the woman, or the more important the victim, the bigger the pie. However, today, do note, it's illegal to pie anyone. That has now been voted into Congress. There's been a couple of things gone on. I'm not kidding. It's illegal to pie without permission. A young man was swimming in the ocean out to sea, and he began to drown. It's also about 1900. He's about to die, and out comes this fabulous gentleman who owned a restaurant on the pier, and he came out and he drugged this sportling, drowning young man up onto the beach. The crowds are drawing around. They're going, oh my goodness, oh my gracious, the young man is barely coming to life. The young man is drugged up to the guy's restaurant. He's sad, he's comforted. He's selling food like crazy because all the people they're so concerned. Well, they're busy patting this savior on the back while the young man is quickly slipping back to the ocean because he has 2 more performances of drowning yet to go for the day. That was W.C. Fields' first paid act, was as a drowning victim at the pier. He got tired of salt water and began to learn to juggle. W.C. Fields was one of the world's greatest comic jugglers in a world full of jugglers. So what he did is he started to change a little bit, because delivery and timing is everything in comedy. Delivery and timing, his timing was not good for being a juggler, but his delivery was fabulous. So what he started doing is he became the drunk juggler. He's now dropping things as he's juggling. He's letting the audience throw tomatoes at him on purpose, and now he's juggling the tomatoes and throwing them back. Still not funny enough, but his drunken juggling act got him a spot at Ziegfeld Follies, where they discovered the drunk part was funnier than the juggling. So while a juggler, he wasn't drinking. It messed up his timing. So W.C. Fields became truly one of the world's greatest drunks. He had fabulous lines about drinking. He would state such things as, he owed his career to a woman who made him drink. The trouble is, he hadn't had the courtesy to thank her. He wondered out loud, who stole the cork from his lunch? He spent his whole life doing jokes about being drunk. And it worked for him. This is W.C. Fields in the movies. He was also a fabulous pool player, ping pong player, and this is a gag that's hysterical. Watch the stuff on YouTube. Go to W.C. Fields and see what this man could do. This is Will Rogers. Will Rogers made fun of politicians. Instead of being a drunk, he'd sit there and twirl his rope and say things like, the trouble with a really bad joke is they often get elected. Who's on first? Please look up Abbott Costello, who's on first.
That's so funny.
I made a little chart here, and I will quickly go through for those of you who don't understand the who's on first bit. Who is a guy? His name is Who. He's on first. They want to know who's on first. Well, who is? Who's on first? Well, no, I didn't ask about that. I want to know who's on first. Well, who is? Well, what's on second? No, who's on first? What's on? You end up with I don't know. I don't know's on third. No, that's third. And home plate, I don't give a damn. Now he's shortstop. He's shortstop. Get back to, I'll come and ask you tomorrow. That's a pitcher. So the whole thing goes with the people's funny names. Humor is hysterical if it's done correctly. You got two guys, their timing is fabulous. You've got to see that. You've got to see who's on first. And also, look up Vita Mita Vegemin with Lucille Ball. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. And spoon your way to hell.
And not to mollify anything that Kyle did in her speech, which is in the advanced manual, humorously speaking, I want to talk to the difficulty of doing humor. I have been through this manual, I've been through the entertaining speaker, I consider myself a novice comedian, and it is difficult to keep people laughing, which is what you were supposed to do in this speech. And to do that, the purpose of her speech was to begin and end with a story and have some jokes in between that reached the major points in her story. And the techniques of humor are actually listed in the manual, like exaggeration, incongruity, combinations and contrasts, wordplay and understatement and overstatement. And you used some of those. And you used excellent props. Your first slide, clowning around, was fabulous. And it led to your intro and your beginning story, which was about 1900 and the silent movies and how humor began with the silent movies that we saw. And the best laugh that you got from us is when you pied yourself and it stuck to your face. That was ingenious. That was wonderful. There were some questions I had. You had the word fail up there on one of the slides that might have done some incongruity and done better with that. The part where I would make some suggestions is that it was a long story that you went into when the first W.C. Fields slide was excuse me, up, and the other one with the cowboy. And in between, you could have inserted more jokes or told the W. Fields thing with more visuals and more exaggeration in your own voice about drinking, because how he got away with that. The drunken juggling act, it would have been good if you could have shown more visuals of that or done it yourself. At the end, your timing, sadly, was short, because when you explained who's on first, it would have been much better for this to be a 20-minute advanced manual speech where you could have shown us who's on first for 3 minutes and then explained it with your big chart. The Vita Megan Lucille Ball thing, I also would have loved to have seen in an advanced speech. So, great ending, great beginning, slow middle, and I look forward to getting some water myself and seeing the same topic, same slides, embellished in a 20-minute entertaining speech in Bathurst. Thank you.